That's the importance. That's the importance of looking at the person from the side, because you can see if their alignment of their body is ideal or if there are variations. Let's observe the person next to it, to the right, figure number B. Kyphotic, lordotic posture. As if you compare it to the guy on the left, you see that the kyphosis of the thoracic area is more exaggerated. So is the lordotic, the lower back. But it's quite balanced, because if you see also the neck is slightly more lordotic than the ideal one. But this is a balanced kyphotic, lordotic person. The curves are balanced. If the hump is more convex, so concave, then convex, then the lumbar is more convex, and so is the neck. You can look and identify how a person like this looks. There's nothing wrong with them, but need to take it into account. What would you think will be the vulnerable issues with a person like this, starting from the top? Hagit, can you look and tell me? Starting from the top, what will be more vulnerable with more curves?
The neck and the
neck, yes, the neck. Why?
Because it's already in an exaggerated...
A little bit exaggerated concavity, which places the head a little bit more forwards than the guy on the left, yes? Mm-hmm. So we need to watch that, the neck position, yes? What about the thoracic spine? Regina. Regina, what about the thoracic spine? What dangers, what vulnerability in this area?
Extension will be
the more we are concave here, convex here, the more we are concave here.
Right.
Yes. Can it also affect the shoulder placement?
Yes.
Yes. Forward. So they'll have to do. Can it affect their breathing?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So would you focus more on extension?
Yeah. Of opening, extension.
Would you avoid exercises that are exaggerated? Yeah. Exactly.
Would you avoid? No, you won't. But you would have to pay a lot of attention of how they are doing it. And it's a similar question to what the discussion that we had before. No, every person needs a mixture of everything. Because if you stop doing any flexion, then it's never going to be balanced. So yes, but you will find ways of taking it, strengthening the abdominals without increasing the tendency, and work a lot on extension. So, for instance, we had an exercise this morning, yes, I will do it definitely, but the guy will be like this, okay? Very much like this. So for him, the majority of the exercise will be to stabilize the shoulders. And you can take special exercise just for itself to stay. You see what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. Not before I go into all that. Taking extra attention of the beginning of the exercise and invent a preparatory exercise for this position to get the shoulders more back, and the lats working to stabilize the shoulders on the back. And if you see that he then can't do this exercise with the leg, lie him down and just do you modify the original exercise. You modify the original exercise to forget it. Do it like this. That's for the lower body, and then do a separate exercise for.
But this guy, wouldn't he just start like really compressing his lower back because he already has the super K's and super.
Okay, it's a good question. He probably will. You're
But still
probably
to
going
encourage.
to.
Yeah.
This is how. That's how we have to work. We have to.
And also the arrow would be good.
The arrow
That
will
will
be
give you
good,
the option,
except
right.
that I want to tell you something. The arrow will be good. I want to show you something. You will do it like this, with the shoulders forward and the head lifting. Yes? There are lots of things we can do about that.
Are you talking about this something like that in a regular class or a private client?
I'm talking ideally now private. And then, and then if you have 20 people, you can't do it. But if you know him, you will say, can you please do it with the head down and let the group continue.
Okay, and
Yes?
the second question was, can doing many specific Pilates exercises improve his posture eventually?
Absolutely.
Straight.
Absolutely.
Eventually straight?
Absolutely. Well, if he's a 60-year-old man with exaggerated photic lordotic, you can't change his posture.
Okay.
Forget it. But you can improve so much the quality of life in the work if he cooperates to ideal for him in his posture. Yeah. We can never change things that you're born with or you neglected for many years, but we can do so much with it. Just to give you an example, if the guy is here already, he progressed, you put a ball, if it's a woman, between her breast area, and if it's a guy in his sternum, and you do the arrow and all that, but pressing into the ball. By pressing into the ball, you are actually opening here. Yes, opening. And if you open here, you are able to feel your weakened kyphotic area, which is here. Yeah? Just write it down, so because you may forget it. So just talking about that. So now we are now looking into this guy lordotic concave area. Okay. What can develop from this posture? What can develop if he didn't do Pilates? Here, that also answers your question. If he didn't do, what can happen? What can happen to that lumbar area? Look at the picture.
Well, he's gonna end up straining his lower back. Probably.
Yeah, he is going to, if he doesn't do Pilates and he doesn't do abdominal exercise, the concave area will be more and more exaggerated. Look here, I'm giving you a hint. What will happen here? If the more protrude out, and all the lower abdominal will be overstretched and weakened. It can also affect the pelvis. Look at the pelvis. Instead of being straight, it's tilting forward, it's tilting anteriorly. Look at me a minute. If the pelvis tilts anteriorly, what I feel is a tremendous strain, just by showing you on the lower back. And what happens lower down? Look from profile. If I have anterior pelvis, it hurts me. Look quickly. Tight hip flexors. Very tight hip flexors. So not efficient walking or anything because the hip flexors are what happens, look in profile, if the anterior pelvis goes even more forwards, tightly flexes, but what happens here?
Stretched hamstrings.
Stretch hamstrings and glute and weakened. Now hamstring and glutes are so important for the posture, for our day-to-day. So you can see how it can escalate. So I can't help the tendency, the kyphotic lordotic, that's how he is. But I can, with the exercises, improve all the things that can go so terribly wrong. For me, I'm quite a normal posture, close to ideal. So for me, what I mainly, when I demonstrated, I felt tremendous pain in the lower back. It's just so disturbing. It's just painful, it's coev. But I've done it for 2 minutes. Can you imagine a person doing it a lifetime? Now, in every exercise, we say this stretches the hamstring, this strengthens the hamstring, this. So you are using all these exercises or modification to help him strengthen the areas that are weak because of the tendency.
Could it be the opposite also? Like if you have like weak, I don't know, hamstrings or whatever, it could cause the tendency like over time? Or just the tendency causes the weakness or the problem?
The tendency that you are born with in your DNA and your habits, they affect each other. For instance, when a baby develops, like, it's very amazing because I had twin boys, okay? One, and I observed them. One of them had a perfect posture coordination. The muscle tone was, you could see as a small child, all the formation of the muscles. He was strong, he was flexible, did everything, like you could see the coordination, you know, when he was very young, they threw a ball at him, he caught it. It's like, it was all like this. His twin was totally opposite. He was longer than him, taller than him, and very, very flexible in his all his joints, and therefore he was a little bit like this and no muscle tone. I mean, he was what he had to his advantage. A, he had this twin to copy, which it happens between twins all the time, and B, we worked on it. You know, this guy, when I throw a ball at him, it hit his face. He didn't catch it. But I taught him, we taught exercise, judo, they practice with each other, then later on and football and swimming, and we did everything. Then I started piano and tennis, and you know, he learned. And then when he was 10, he did Pilates with me until he was 18. And he completely worked. When he was 18, he was so perfect. Like, and he's neglected all that. Yeah. No, but do you know it can?
But so if you're like that,
and they loved sport and doing things. So they strengthened them as well. Coordination. It's something that the guy that the ball hit him, he learned it. He didn't become a pianist, but it's all these things, swimming,
Right.
tennis, you know, it's all things that are strengthening. And then later on at 18, when they go to university and they sit for hours and hours and start with drinks and this and that, you know, they can weaken. And it affects each other. You know, it affects each other so much. Like in Russia, when they used to choose either ballerinas or athletes, yes, they look at the physical given. They can tell what can, but you know, it affects all their their lives. These little Russian girls, they stop growing, they stop getting their period. They, it's not good for you, but it helps the purpose of whoever, and things affect each other. Habits, nutrition, sleeping patterns, drug abuse, and I'm not saying just drugs as in marijuana, but I'm saying like if you, my two of my grandchildren have breathing problems because they were born very premature, and like they need to get steroids on a long-term basis, or people who take insulin for diabetes for a long time. All this affects even the posture. So they're very linked. All these things. Okay.
I feel like posture is also a lot affected by a person's emotional state.
Yeah, absolutely.
For like the average person, the emotional state really. That's what I like to see. One person feels happy, really stand up straighter.
It's just easier and lighter to breathe.
And work that
For sure.
Right, not religion. Religious women tend to stand like this.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying the opposite. I thought you meant like dog.
No.
A sense of modesty is being hidden, so
And inverted and inwards, yes.
Like a modesty.
I'm so glad that's what you meant.
That is
I was
what
like,
I meant. No, what did you think I meant?
I thought you meant
feeling
like being like, yeah, exactly. I feel like being inspired and enlightened helps me. And I'll be like, that's cute.
But also sitting from a young age in school, especially in Israel, they make them sit on chairs, which is terrible. I don't know
Where do they
want my
make
kids
them
go
sit
to
on
get out of, but I think it's awful that they have to sit on these little chairs.
Yeah, what are you comparing to? Where do they not even sit in chairs?
There's some schools where they're very into physical activity.
So in other
Yeah.
countries? I don't know, you said
Maybe
so, so I was
Europe,
curious.
in Holland,
Maybe.
things like that. But I guess it's throughout the world.
Yeah.
It's very, very much here. They sit and they have to study and they have to sit.
It's like from the cradle.
Awful.
They only go to school for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
These and bags. Now we are more aware because they used to give them bags, school bags, and like they used to wear them. Now at least they wear them on both shoulders if they do. So that's better. Okay, let's move to the person to the right. Flat back posture. The curves of the spine are not really present in a similar way that the ideal alignment is.
That's pretty rare, right?
No, it's not.
Really?
It's not.
My thoracic spine is so flat. It's really not.
And yeah, mine too. And this is, for instance, also for gymnasts and dancers and all that. We go so much into extension and all that we are gradually changing our posture. That's to answer you, Leah. And
So that's usually what it's caused by?
what?
Is that usually what causes it? The flat back?
It can, like military, they call it also military posture. And I want to tell you something, it's very typical genetically to people from the Orient, like Chinese, Japanese. They're actually born like this, they have very straight backs. Yes. And like, for instance, without being racist or anything, people in Africa have a big lordosis, but it's not always a big lordosis because they usually have a kyphotic lordotic, but they have an accentuated lordosis, but also they have big bumps. Yeah, to balance it. So it's not always as bad as it seems on the outside. It's because they have big bumps. That's the race. Whereas the Oriental people tend to be slim and straight. Yeah, by genes, by ethnic printouts.
Right, so there, back to Leia's question, that would be less, like that way more on the genes, and you're not going to change that so much.
No, but you still work with them what they need and what it can become. Because, like for instance, by genes and by habits, the African people are not a nation or a continent that will sit all day. They are not. They are not. Nature has given them all these, you know what they do, and they kind of all the time standing and using the glutes they needed to, you know, from all the field work and picking work and all that. That's how they are. So any posture, it can be typical to these four, but it's not bad or it's developed for a reason. Yeah? And now the sway back posture.
The third one, you would work on articulation so that they can create more of a curvature, or
They're probably going to stay as they are, but you have to give them a strengthening program to all the parts. Yes.
Yeah, and hamstring stretching.
Cat is fantastic. It goes from it's talking about the articulation, and if you give them the roll up like we did before, and roll down, you also give them the rest and the sideways and all that to just make it balanced.
But are they at risk? Like when we discussed the
What are they at risk? Okay. What are they at risk? Okay, so look at the upper body.
I think they might like collapse in some of their places in their arcs of their feet.
Look at from the top. Look from the top. Can you see the plumb line running behind the ear?
Yeah.
And can you see the plumb line when it runs in the pelvis?
Yeah.
Yes, also slightly behind. What you want to strengthening them to prevent them from being swayed back. Okay? It's okay if they're strong everywhere. What did you say about the feet?
I think they might fall in their feet.
They may, not necessarily. I more see the problem occurs
pelvis.
in the knees, actually. If they look at the plumb line in the knees in relation to the other, I can see more of a problem there than in the feet. Can you see?
Yeah.
Because the plumb line runs a little bit more anterior than the other two. So that's a little bit imbalance.
Hamstrings are very tight.
Hamstrings are very tight. Exactly, you can actually see it because what do you see about the thigh bone?
So true that it's diagonal.
It's diagonal anteriorly, yes? So the pelvis is slightly posterior, unlike the figure number 2B. So all the problems will be more there, I think. They may have feet, but
It'll be tight here too because
they'll
when
be tight.
you posteriorly tilt your pelvis, you can't help. You'll fall over if you don't then.
Yeah, and look also at the head. They are so encouraged, like military person, to stand like this. So here as well. So I think it compensates there.
I thought military was something else.
No, what is military?
It's an increased lordosis and open the chest. They stand like that.
Yeah, but the military posture is flat back, flat spine.
In Israel, a lot of the soldiers have a very developed kyphotic curve because of all the weight they carry.
The weight.
Yeah, you see that they all have like a hump on the upper back. Not all, but a lot of them.
Yeah. And also all the strength problems. They're also here, tight and short here, and you like because the strain that they're required to do is probably more than they handle, and exactly.
American military posture and Israeli military.
Okay. Look at the person number D, that's way back posture. I want you to sway back. The name says that they're swaying backwards. So if that's the thing when I'm looking at the person, and if they're standing straight for them, what you need to look from on the side is something very simple. If you don't have a plumb line, with your bare eyes, when you're observing, that the shoulders are behind the pelvis. Yeah? That's way back. Just watch me, please, from here to here. So, like everybody can see my side the moment you can't, but you can, okay? Just look at me. So this is my ideal posture, and this is way back. Now watch, tell me what you think will happen if I'm swayed back. What other adjustment I have to do, because I'm nearly falling.
Something
Your
to
feet.
go forward.
Your feet, no.
Head.
Yes. So that's the typical sway back. The pelvis, the shoulders are behind the pelvis. So the pelvis has to tilt. And the head has to balance. Yes?
So also pressure on the hip flexors.
Absolutely, absolutely. So watch. That's way back. My shoulders are behind. So I need to, I already, when I'm doing it myself, I feel a lot of pressure on my tibialis anterior. They have to hold me not to fall back. Yes? Here, so I'm holding it here. And the neck, in order not to fall. So I have to bring the neck forwards. I'm ending up like this. Not ideal. But this, out of everything, this is something that can still be corrected. I had a trainee just before I left England that did my last training course. She started very sporty, very beautiful woman, everything just, and very, very tight and very sway back. And we did it with her awareness and all that. If she's very tired, she'll go back to her habit, but because she's practicing Pilates all the time and is aware of it, we completely changed it, we corrected it to her advantage. It's fantastic. We can do it. We can do it. Okay. So now we're going to go, should we go in groups, so shall we analyze?
Can you analyze me?
Yes.
I don't know anything about my spine,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at this, and I'm not seeing myself. I can tell you what troubles me, but I can't tell from this what I am.
Okay. We're going to look at regime from the side. Okay? We're all going to come and stand here. Stand in your anatomical position. So hip width apart, arms falling by the side, palms forwards. And we're looking, is there a difference between the right side and the left side? Yes, there is. But for now, we'll just look from the left side. Okay. So, let's see. What can we see? Let's start from the top. Neck alignment, head positioning, fantastic. Yes? She's looking ahead, and there is no diversion. A small, very small lordosis, very small. Yeah? Not exaggerated. What can we see here? We see flat thoracic, quite flat, very flat. Yeah?
Yeah.
Here. Okay? Because she's so flat, the arms are hanging a little bit, the shoulders a little bit anterior. So we can tell that she's tight here. Yes? In the pecs. The pecs are don't change your posture. here. She's that here. We know that. All these exercises to open the chest will be good for you. Okay? What else can we see? A small lordosis. A small. We can see a small lordosis. What can you see about the pelvis? What do you think about the pelvis?
Slightly to the back.
To the back?
Oh, wait, anterior.
And slightly anterior. You've got probably quite a flat back. So to create this lordosis, you are slightly forwards here. You're slightly forwards. So you can actually see an angle between the pelvis and the quads that are quite developed. They are
So how did you get that she's
more
flat?
developed than what?
How did you get that she's compensating for a flat back?
Sorry, I
Because we
don't
saw
understand the
the
question.
how did you
I'm just observing. I'm just observing. We are just observing. We're not
right?
judging. And then we're trying to figure out what was the chicken and what was the egg. She's quite flat backed. The curves are here. There is an attempt to have a little lordosis, but it's really because she's doing that. Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe it was, we're just looking. Can you see there is a slight curve here, and that's quite straight. Yes, she's now. Yeah.
So you looked at this angle to see that she
Yeah,
was
I can see that the pelvis is not completely straight, but it's slightly like this. Slightly.
That's what I'm asking.
Slightly.
This should be more straight. This should not be on the tilt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
oh.
Slightly. And can you see the bulk? You can see the bulky quads. And you can see here that it's weaker. So for a person like this, yes, let me just exaggerate it a bit more, okay? Here, you will see how this needs strengthening to bring it a little bit more straight.
You only know that because it's tilted forwards?
That's what she was
Yes,
suggesting.
she's tilted forwards. She's slightly tilted forwards in the pelvis.
Okay.
Yes, anteriorly. So,
So in
a
certain ways,
person like this, the quads will be dominant, so we need to strengthen the hamstring and the glute. And to balance this, she has an interesting curve here. So this is more bulky, and therefore this is more bulky. So for you, you need to strengthen the tibialis
That's so
anterior.
interesting because I get shin splints a lot.
Voila. You see, I'm just from observing
Shin splints.
it's a pain
in the front of the leg.
and it's usually
Oh,
from,
me too.
from
I
a
get
certain
that too.
amount of weakness. Well, no, I shouldn't say that.
So I'm just looking, okay? I need to stretch these. Strengthen these. Stretch these. Okay? How can you?
So you saw a curve like that. That's what
What?
you're seeing a curve.
No, I'm not seeing a curve. I'm looking from the side, and I'm seeing that this is. I'm completely exaggerating. These are bulky,
Right.
which suggests that these are weak, and these are bulky. So it goes like from the side. It looks like this: bulk there and bulk there. It's like a curve. It's quite
It's a bit of
clear.
an exaggerated word.
Okay, that's what we're seeing.
It's not like it's obvious.
Yeah.
This is a very trained eye.
But I want us
No,
all
this is
to.
really helpful.
I want us all to. Yeah. So for you, it's fantastic how she carries her head. It's so like. Also, you're tall for a woman. It's fabulous how you carry your head. Very good. Yes. Yeah, because the neck and head is not affected. It's not. It's a slight curve and beautiful. You see no tension here. Very elegant. It looks right. It just looks right. Okay. So for you, a lot of exercises to try and open the chest. Anything that opens the chest and the pecs And in order to fix it like this, a lot of upper back shoulder stabilization.
Like what?
Yes.
Exercise?
Huh?
Like what exercise?
Like all the arrows and all the things that open the chest. Yes, anything. We haven't done all the repertoire.
Also, like
To strengthen these and the triceps, yes. Abdominal work to abdominal work to be able to pull the pelvis a little bit more correctly. A lot of psoas stretches and quad stretches. Strengthening of the tibialis anterior. All these exercises like this, walking up the heel, walking up the heel. Anything that flexes the foot, like walking up the heel, strengthen these muscles, yes? All these things that, yeah.
what about biking? Would that help?
Biking strengthens the quads
And your
and the hamstrings. But if you are over dominating in the quads, it will do mainly the quads.
Also,
So,
it'll tighten your hips.
yeah.
She doesn't. Does she seem overly like
No,
her anterior tilt seems within normal? It's not-
exactly. It's very important to say that. It's normal. You have beautiful body. Everything's good. I don't see problems. Okay? But just to know that your thoracic is flat, your pelvis is slightly anterior, you have a slight lordotic curve. So if you flatten the thoracic and have a curve in the lordosis, in the lumbar spine, the way your body has dealt with it by moving the pelvis a little bit forward. Now we will not create a kyphosis in her, never, and it's not important. But it's important to strengthen the upper body and to keep taking the Jewish modesty away.
What if a lot of the problems in here, like it's true for my case, I know for myself, like a lot of them come from the feet. Like I just have flat feet, so it makes a lot of other problems with that. I don't know, like none of the exercises that we have like.
There are
Focus.
special feet exercises we will go later and we'll cover all the material.
Is there a place that like compensates for it? Like, I know that it causes problems everywhere.
Let's come and have a look at you in profile.
But
Do you mind taking the sweater off? You're like a stork. Let's do it standing on one leg.
I have no balance.
So first of all, what can you see? Look at her feet a minute, and what can you see from the side in her feet?
They're swaying in.
Big. No, what can you see from the side?
They're flat.
Okay, I'm going to just look. What can you see when you're standing completely from the side? Go and stand completely at her side and look at her side. What can you see about her feet? Long. Very long.
Oh, the long, big, bony feet.
Before that, from the side, the first thing that you need to see if you're standing completely side, should you see her left leg? You shouldn't, but you do.
Really?
Did you move? Did you move a little bit?
No.
You didn't? This leg is more forwards than this one. It's only slightly, yes?
It's not because of the way she just initially put her feet down.
Okay, go and walk
Yeah,
around.
now I'm overthinking.
and
Come on back.
understand. Very good point, because, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Because how she stood before, she stood like this, which immediately is going to sway her pelvis. Okay, very good point, because sometimes when we analyze people, we ask them and they feel uncomfortable about it. No, let them move around and, yeah. Okay, we're just looking from the side. Okay, you can see that the leg is inverted, everted here. You need to stand straight. How do you stand on your feet? All the time. I've told you about the tripod.
Yes.
Yes. So whenever you stand, you really need to feel your tripod. Yes, you need to feel your tripod. The tripod is, if you thought about your heel as a circle, you stand in the middle of the circle. You then put the pressure between the first and second toe and between the fourth and fifth toe. So that's your tripod. You have two tripods you have to stand on. She's standing on her tripod and she's falling inwards. Her arches are collapsed. That's what happens. When her arches are collapsed, come a minute from the front. When her arches are collapsed, there is pressure on the ankles inwards, yes, and also pressure on the knees.
Can that be corrected with
Yes, yes.
Like when we do squats, like I can't do it without my knees going forward.
Her left knee is also higher than her right knee. Do you have leg length? Different?
We'll do in a minute from the front, okay? Let's do from the side. Okay. Again, beautiful head positioning. What is it about Jerusalem?
Oh, just wait, we got
Beautiful heads. Beautiful, beautiful head position. You see there's no tension anywhere here. Why do you lift your eyebrows?
I don't know, I've been told that I do that, I don't mean to. It's like I'm completely unconscious.
She's putting up
It's
her
been
eyebrows.
She's raising all the way up.
Yeah.
So sweet. Okay, fairly flat thoracic. Yes. Slight lordosis, but the pelvis is straight. The pelvis is good position. It's vertical. Yeah. You can't see.
I can. I'm just amazed.
Can't
It's
see
because you
the
have not had
difference.
children to destroy your body. She's
Gorgeous.
Remember, we're not judging. Okay. You can see the definition of the hamstring when she's just standing with the belly of the hamstring. So she's got quite balance. She's got slight bulk in the upper quad and the hamstring nicely shaped and quite flat calves. And for you, because of your legs, you need to develop your calves a little bit more and on the lower leg and feet.
That would be the compensation?
What?
That would be
yeah. And you will need to do a lot of exercises. A lot of exercise on the stair or something. Stand on it. No, go back up. Here, left hand. Okay. I would use things. I would use things like small balls and something to put between her ankle to correct. Look, I'll put a tennis ball here. Yes. And lower your heels. No, just keep the body straight and lift all the way, standing on your toes.
It's ballet.
That's fantastic. Exactly.
Relabe.
She's doing it so well. And you know, when you actually doing the exercise, the foot doesn't look, it's collapsed only when it's resting. What?
If I do a squat, they go in really fast.
Okay, so do a squat against the ball. Where is the ball that I've just put here?
Take the ball between your thighs to keep your knees.
But Leia also, her joints are hyperflexible, which means that to bend, she needs to bend her knees more sometimes to press more into the outer part since she's collapsing the inner part.
Okay, so let's do a squat against the wall here. Okay?
I don't see it.
My feet. And up. Okay. It's too big. Is it too big? Okay. Straight and go down. And yeah, you went too far. No, it's like, look at the feet. She is engaging them and they're doing very well. The arch is actually lifted. Her knees are very well aligned. By pressing this, you corrected the alignment and joined the inner thigh to help. Her posture is lovely. And that's as far as she can go before she lifts her heels. One more.
Isn't it also though because her weight isn't on her feet?
Yeah, but as much as she can. Cope with it.
Without, there's a question.
Okay, you can rest. It's a very good corrective exercise.
Yeah, no, that really helps.
Yeah.
Also that,
Yeah. There are a lot of things that we can do specifically for the feet.
Yeah. Well, that's a great exercise. That one. Yeah, and it causes so many problems with your back, like, and all these
Dang, it's so hot in here.
I get the stress fractures in my feet all the time because they're weak. Yeah.
That was a question. So, can I just say that what's the difference between her, that you said she wasn't overly, like,
My
anterior
pelvis
tilt,
is not.
right? There wasn't this, like, anterior tilt, and in Regina was. I thought there was, like, a difference of angle, but Jessica thought that the look.
No, see it.
Similar. You
Yeah.
No, she to me looks more anterior than she did.
Yeah.
Because you could see from her stomach, but try not to post.
No, I'm trying to. I'm definitely.
Here, you know, like the stomach contents
But
are
can you see?
trying to see what you're seeing.
Yeah. Her. Look. Can you palpate here? That's the
Talking about
top.
the
The top.
ASIS,
Yeah.
right?
The top of the pelvis. It's pointing upwards. Right here. It's more forwards.
What's wrong with me in that kill?
Sorry.
No.
It's more forwards. You can always palpate.
Yeah.
Can you please all take your thumbs or fingers and try to press inwards and
And see
At
if
the
it's
hip?
straight.
the bony parts. Yeah. The top. This part. Let's take a look. Whatever she needs. This part. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's tickle.
This part. Whatever.
Or the top of the.
You press inwards and down.
The top of what? The pelvis?
Do it yourself. Try to feel it.
That's
No,
okay.
it's also
What are we just trying to see? What position it is in
You
naturally?
can see where it is.
Because my back does this. Like, have a clue.
I guess it would tilt forward and
Is
back.
it forwards or back inwards and press down? Same thing.
No, I feel like I
No,
have
no, it's not. It's straight. It's fine.
You okay?
It's normal.
You
should
should
be
be
diving.
Yeah.
Where do you
No,
Okay. Anybody that thinks that they are kyphotic lordotic?
I am. I thought I was technically, but I'm not sure.
And now everything is thrown into it.
You are right.
It's the yoga. It's the yoga.
I think I am.
Hey, you're also probably one people that works.
Really?
Yeah, everybody have a look.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Can you just relax a minute and then stand straight?
Okay.
Yeah, she's kyphotic lordotic, and she's also
She's very
swayed back.
Also, her shoulders are a little bit forward.
I know. No,
She's swayed
her
back.
shoulders are, because of the structure here, slightly more curved than the others. So the shoulders just go in the right position for a kyphotic lordotic person. You can see the lordosis, and you can see that when she doesn't think about it, her shoulders are behind. Her shoulders are behind her greater trochanter. Behind. In front. Yeah? You can see. Yes.
She's very lordotic.
You feel safe.
And her low back.
Yeah.
I always was.
You have low back pain?
No, I don't.
She has she lifts her head a little bit, yeah? So now tuck your chin in a little bit. Okay. Bend your knees. We're doing it clear. Bend your knees just a little bit. Okay. Now press the heels into the ground and take your bums and lift yourself up to straighten knees.
Oh, to straighten knees.
And again. Bend.
Now I really feel like I'm back in ballet class.
Okay. And now press your heels down. Press your heels down and lift from the bum. Lift your bum away from your knee. And again, bend. And lift. Use your bum more. Use your bum more.
Okay.
Look, she's gone out of the sway back.
But my question is.
Shh, don't question.
Okay.
Just do it.
So what is happening?
Look. Excellent. And bend. And use your bum more. She's not. Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
As if you're doing this.
Okay.
This. And bend.
That's exaggerated.
And do it again. And bend. Now don't stick your bum. Just bend your leg.
Okay.
Straighten your legs. Straighten. Just bend them as much as you're not changing your posture.
Okay.
Enough. Now lift your bum and press the hip down. She needs to work more all the intercostals and all the muscles here, because what I was doing to her is I was doing that and that. Moving her forwards and not allowing the ribs to pop out. You need to use your bum more. You're not using your bum.
Okay.
Your stomach and your sway back is not a problem if you do it.
Okay.
Yes.
But you wouldn't, in my eyes, maybe it's ballet. I would want to go. I would adjust from there, and you're doing all the work up here.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't adjust anything stuff
No, she's
it's a ballet thing. Like, tuck your tail.
You want to get me to do a first position, taking it forward, is what you're saying. You want to get me
I
to
want
do
you to do
that.
that, but you're doing all the work from
No.
here.
Because
That's the
I think this is my natural spine.
Right.
And there were
There's
years
nothing wrong with
and
the
years
natural
of
spine.
ballet trying to tell me to do that, and it's not easy for me.
what I see is that her bum is not strong enough. I can see it. Yes? It's nice and it's got a muscle bulk, but it hasn't got here. You see? It hasn't got the definition.
What is from the biking?
It's
From
from
the
the
biking.
But it should be more defined from the biking.
You're so
Okay, can you
No,
do
but
a
it's-
small? Can you do a small?
Nice.
Enough. Too much.
You don't want me
Yeah.
to change it, okay?
Okay. Use your bum to take it away from your heels.
That's exciting.
That's you're right. Bend a little bit.
It might be the pattern on your leg.
Now, no. Press your heels down and lift from the back. Lift from here. Lift.
Yeah, it's almost amazing.
Okay.
You're gorgeous.
You are gorgeous. I agree. Okay. Pay attention to your sway back.
Okay.
Strengthen your bum. So, yeah. Anybody else? Because
Yes.
okay, I want to do front and back. So you have to look at people at your case study from both sides, because right and left can be different. And from the side you can see something, like for instance, who was it? You. Can you come here a minute? Can you stand with the left leg a little bit in front? Okay? Yeah? This, it may be so slight that you can't see it from the side, but from here you can see a rotation. Okay? No, sorry. From the other side you can see something else. Okay, it doesn't matter. Do right and left, because there can be a rotation in the body that will look different from one side and from the other. So you need to look at a person from both sides. Okay. I want to see something apart from the typical posture. I want to see what else we can see on a person from the front and then from the back. So we're going to start with you. We're going to start from the back. So come in here and stand in your anatomical position. Okay, can you correct your feet? The feet should be, you should be standing on the tripod, a little bit less wide, less wide.
She also classes in her. Yeah, I have flat feet.
Okay, so now that you've been so honest, can you please try and feel your tripod, your heels, and then the first and second toe, put the pressure here, and fourth and fifth. Okay. Already when she's done that, she's lifted her arch. Can you see the arch is active? Yeah.
So if you're collapsing in the middle, does that mean that you're putting less on the outside one? Is that the point that's like missing?
Yeah.
In the tripod, like this one between the baby?
Yeah. You're missing lots of things. No, because I showed you you're missing out on your ankles and on your knees, and then it will have a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we looking from the back or from the front? From the back. We're looking from the back. Okay. So anybody has an elastic or something?
I have one.
Just lift the hair up. Okay. Stand with the head up. Okay. Can you correct your hip width apart, two parallel legs, feet, and tripod?
Anatomical position.
Okay, let's start from her feet. Even from the back, you can see slightly that she's dropping her arch. You can see, everybody can see, which affects her Achilles. Yes, you can see the Achilles tendon. Can everybody see that? Okay. What can you see about the lower leg? Her knees are slightly going inwards, and that's why the outer part of her calf, the lateral part, is more developed. Yes. Something has to hold her up. No, it's true. It's that I'm looking at that. Okay. What can you say about?
She also looks like she's not using her glutes.
Okay. She's not using her glutes, even though she's got some butterflies back here. But what can you just observe? Can you just observe from the back? And tell me what you see about her bum.
Her left has a fold with
The muscle that we were looking at, talking about.
Wait.
the gluteal fold. It's prominent on the left, but not on the right.
Exactly. And it's very important to look at the fold. And hers, that one's a bit lower and not as defined as this one. It's important.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
No, I sleep on my side because I'm big. You're gonna have the last 6 months, so I'm sleeping like that. So I think I'm really on it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Maybe.
But I am a lefty.
Okay. What glute exercises would you give a
This
person
one's
like
more
this?
prominent on this side.
No, this crease is lower. This is more defined. This is lower. The crease is sitting lower.
This is
Like
so this is
lower.
useful, this size of
Hmm?
useful.